Sometimes these things happen in MMA.
What's going on, fight fans? Welcome to These Things Happen in MMA. The goal of this channel is to highlight crazy and spectacular moments that have made mixed martial arts into what it is today. Don't forget to follow the channel on social media at These Things MMA, and the link to my merch shop is in the description below. In this episode, I'm going to talk about how the notorious Conor McGregor ascended the European ranks prior to his rise in the UFC. This is the story of how Conor McGregor became the two-division champion of Cage Warriors. Conor started his professional mixed martial arts career in 2008 and accumulated an impressive 8-2 record in his first 10 fights. His only 2 losses came by way of quick submissions, and his most recent defeat was to fellow Irishman Joe Duffy at Cage Warriors 39 in 2010. Since that loss, McGregor fought in numerous regional shows around Ireland, going on a 4-fight win streak in the span of 4 months. Conor quickly gained a reputation as a dangerous finisher, with 2 of his most recent fights ending in a 16-second knockout of Mike Wood, as well as a 4-second knockout of Paddy Doherty. He then signed a new contract with Cage Warriors in 2011 and began his historic title run with the promotion. McGregor was originally scheduled to face undefeated prospect Nicholas Backstrom. However, the Swedish fighter broke his hand just days before the contest, and the promotion found a last-minute replacement. Conor's new opponent will be 2-1 Aaron "Iron Fist" Jahnsen. The Norwegian was much bigger than Conor's original opponent, and due to the circumstances, the fight was changed to a lightweight bout. The contest took place on September 8, 2011 at Cage Warriors Fight Night 2 and was held in Amman, Jordan. Conor came out strong, landing hard combinations early, and the continuous pressure prompted a takedown attempt from Jahnsen. However, McGregor showed tremendous balance and was able to stay on his feet. Conor then pressed his opponent against the cage for over a minute as he frustrated him with knees and foot stomps. Eventually, the referee would separate the 2 fighters, and Jahnsen attempted a head kick that nearly landed as Conor fired back with a quick 3-punch combination. Moments later, McGregor connected with a left hand that floored Jahnsen, and Conor fell into half guard while he worked to advance his position. Creating some separation, McGregor postured up and began raining down blows on his compromised opponent. After delivering over 10 unanswered strikes on the ground, the referee stopped the fight at 3 minutes and 29 seconds, declaring McGregor the winner by TKO.
A much more measured performance than usual. You didn't perhaps come out as fast as we thought you might have. Give us your thoughts on that fight.
Well, he's the bigger guy. I come from Featherweight, and then that got cancelled. So I had to take the fight at lightweight, so I knew this guy was going to be big. That's my 10th MMA win. 8 of those are first round TKOs and KOs. All my wins are by knockout. Give me the belt.
Conor's next opponent will be 6-1 Englishman Steve the Spartan O'Keefe, who recently beat McGregor's training partner and friend Artem Lobov a few months earlier at Cage Warriors 43. With O'Keefe now riding a 6-fight win streak, he and McGregor would be competing for a #1 contender spot in the featherweight division.
I know Conor McGregor, he's an aggressive guy. I've seen a lot of his footage. He hits hard. If I let it be, it'll be a hard fight. Conor's going to come at me. I think if he was intelligent, he would keep his distance. I think he's not going to be that intelligent. I think he's going to want to get the knockout. He's going to come at me, and I can see me taking him down or catching him on his way in.
The contest took place on February 18, 2012 at Cage Warriors 45, held in London, England. As soon as the bout started, McGregor stalked O'Keefe and landed a big combination, followed by numerous knees to the head. Conor's pinpoint accuracy forced O'Keefe to close the distance and shoot for a takedown, where he had a much better chance of winning the fight. However, Conor was able to nullify most of the grappling, and moments later he landed multiple elbows in the clinch and ended the contest in just 1 minute and 33 seconds.
Conor, last time we spoke it was after Cage Warriors Fight Night 2 in Jordan, and you called out the entire featherweight division and said you were coming for them. Is this just the start?
This is just the start. I'd love that belt. Give me that belt in Dublin, please. I'm not just a striker, I'm everything. I'm an MMA fighter. I can do it all nowadays. Yeah, maybe back in the day. I'm learning every day. I'm not just a striker. Don't say that. I'm not just a striker.
Conor, clearly this win means a lot to you. I cannot wait to see you fight again. Congratulations. Conor McGregor, ladies and gentlemen.
Years later, in his book Win or Learn, head coach John Kavanagh recalls McGregor accurately predicting how he'd finish his opponent. Conor was watching the fight before his own on one of the backstage TV monitors. The guy who won had done so via some vicious elbow strikes to his opponent's head. Conor turned to me and said, "That looked good, I'm going to do that in my fight, watch." Conor defeated Steve O'Keefe in just 93 seconds. The manner of victory? Elbows to the head. I'd eventually get used to Conor's ability to accurately predict the outcome of his fights. He got pretty good at it. McGregor was now 10-2 with 8 first-round finishes, and his next fight would be for the featherweight title as the co-main event of Cage Warriors 47. His opponent Dave Hill was also 10-2, and would be another tough test for Conor with 8 submission victories to his name. McGregor's team was familiar with Hill, who trained under well-known referee Mark Goddard, and at the weigh-ins a fired-up Conor was as confident as ever heading into the matchup.
He's gonna know in there that it's another level for him. No one can deny the knockout. Nobody can. I feel like I'm already there. I feel like this is the MGM Grand. To get the fight at home on such a big show, and the whole MMA scene in Ireland is watching this. I'm just going to go out and have fun, and that's it. I'm going to improvise. Whatever happens, happens.
The contest took place on June 2nd, 2012, and was the first Cage Warriors event in McGregor's hometown of Dublin, Ireland. As the fight started, Conor charged forward with a left hand that partially connected and caused Hill to shoot for a takedown. McGregor was momentarily on bottom after a failed guillotine attempt. However, he was quickly back to his feet and soon reversed his opponent against the cage. After creating some separation, both fighters threw hard shots, although McGregor was more accurate, landing the heavier blows. Hill would eventually shoot for another takedown and was able to temporarily stall McGregor using rubber guard, until Conor then landed some huge ground and pound before returning to the feet and being driven into the fence. When the two separated, Hill landed a big right hand. However, McGregor was unfazed, and moments later he dropped Hill with a well-timed head kick. In the final seconds of the round, McGregor stunned Hill again with a left hand and nearly had a rear naked choke before the horn sounded. The second round started with Conor taking center stage and dropping Hill with another head kick in the first few seconds. Conor then easily got in mount and landed shots from top position, until Hill once again slowed McGregor's offense using rubber guard. After a scramble, Conor broke free and continued to chip away with relentless ground and pound for over a minute. Moments later, McGregor took Hill's back and locked in a rear naked choke, earning the first submission victory of his career. In excitement of his championship win, Conor ran into the crowd and celebrated with his countrymen.
He wins the featherweight belt!
I have never seen anything like
some
this.
Extreme scenes here in Dublin as we are showered with celebratory.
When the results were read, Conor was awarded the featherweight championship and crowned the first Irish-born fighter in MMA history to win a world title.
Conor McGregor, Cage Warriors featherweight world title. How does that feel?
Oh man, feels so good. I put in so much work for this. I feel like I had this belt from day one. I visualized it in my head, I saw it in my head, and now here I am standing here.
The crowd support here tonight has been phenomenal, and you've paid them back for all their support. Give us your thoughts on the crowd.
Cage Warriors Dublin is going to blow Cage Warriors London out of water. Listen to that. Listen to that.
Conor was then set to make his first featherweight title defense against American Jim Ehlers at Cage Warriors Fight Night 7. However, McGregor suffered an injury and had to pull out of the contest. The bout was then rescheduled 3 months later for Cage Warriors 51, set to take place on New Year's Eve. However, this time Ehlers suffered an injury and was forced to withdraw.
Is the Jim Ehlers fight scene that you're still going to be looking at, and if that opportunity comes up, are you happy
I'm not
to do
forgetting
that?
about Jim, yeah? Who knows after this, you know? Are they gonna give me a contract after first guy in history to hold two belts the same way? Surely I'll get a contract for the big money. And Jim has to sit in his room, probably on his laptop, looking at this, getting mind. You know, he said a few things about my injury as when it happened to me, you know. And now it's his turn, you know. So who knows, if I see him, I'll go and slap him into the mouth, and then we'll get it going there and then. But I'm not really thinking about it now, I'm just focusing on Ivan.
Now without an opponent, John Kavanagh convinced Cage Warriors to book McGregor for the vacant lightweight title against Ivan Buchinger, who was also in need of a new opponent and happened to be competing on the same card. Fighting out of Slovakia, Butchinger was far more experienced with nearly double the number of bouts as Conor, and held an impressive record of 21 wins and just 3 losses. The last-minute changeup didn't seem to matter to McGregor though, who remained confident at the weigh-ins. The contest took place on December 31st, 2012 and was once again held in Dublin, Ireland. Conor immediately pressed forward, throwing heavy combinations and capoeira kicks, until dodging a counter and executing a takedown. As the fight returned standing, the speed advantage was clearly in favor of McGregor, and after absorbing some quick strikes, Butchinger closed the distance. When the two separated, Butchinger pressed the action, and eventually McGregor landed a huge left counter that rocked the Slovakian as he fell to one knee. Seconds later, Conor slipped a punch before countering with a perfectly timed left hand that sent Butchinger headfirst into the canvas.
Huge shot!
Wow!
Butchinger's completely out of it! What a spectacular knockout by Conor McGregor as we are bombarded with his fans around the commentary position.
Covered in rather a lot of beer as well, John.
Ivan Buchinger is in some real trouble, and Conor McGregor looks almost like a Viking.
McGregor was now the simultaneous featherweight and lightweight champion of Cage Warriors, and just the second fighter in the history of mixed martial arts to become a 2-division champion at the same time.
I'm here with our winner, Conor McGregor. Conor, featherweight world champion, lightweight world champion. How you feeling?
I feel real good, yeah. The Irish guys and the Dublin people really get behind me and support me, and I'm just happy to come out and put on a show for everyone.
2012, It's got to be one of the best years for your career so far. 2013, what's in store for you?
Who knows whether the big contract will come with the big money for the big show. You know, this sport is a grind. It's you're training day in, day out. And the money's not great and all. Not yet, it isn't anyway, you know. So to come out here and hear everyone support me, and I can't even put into words what I'm feeling. So thanks everyone for coming out. I'm glad I could get this one for you, yeah. Happy New Year 2013. A big year for everyone in here, yeah?
Ladies and gentlemen, Conor, the Notorious McGregor!
After his historic performance, McGregor signed with the UFC and took the MMA world by storm. Conor would eventually go on to defeat featherweight great Jose Aldo and lightweight king Eddie Alvarez to become a simultaneous two-division champion once again in 2016. He's since had ups and downs both inside and outside of fighting, with his most recent bout ending in devastating fashion when he broke his leg at UFC 264 against Dustin Poirier. McGregor's been on the mend, making a speedy recovery, and is hoping to have a return bout sometime in 2022. Love him or hate him, McGregor has already accomplished more in the sport than most could ever hope to, and he's the only fighter in MMA history to become a simultaneous two-division champion in 2 different organizations. Conor is by far the biggest star mixed martial arts has ever seen, and it all started with his incredible run in Cage Warriors, so let us never forget the notorious Conor McGregor and his first rise as the two-division champion. As always, I posted some related material in the description for those interested. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below with the topic you'd like to hear me cover in a future episode. Again, don't forget to follow the channel on social media at These Things MMA, and the link to my merch shop is in the description below. Thanks for watching and supporting my channel.
Conor, you've just become a two-division champion in Cage Warriors. I know you were told during the week, the first person to do it in a major organisation since Dan Henderson. Sum up how you're feeling, if you can.
I feel good. I just seen it in my head. It's no surprise, you know, no matter what people say, people can put me in a fucking room, people could throw bricks at me and call me every name under the sun. I'd still walk out there thinking I'm the Don Juan. You know, if you start dwelling on what the other guy is going to do and messes with your head, you know, so I'm just going to know what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go out and have fun and embrace every bit of it, because no matter what happens, no one can take these away from me, you know what I mean?
Sometimes these things happen in MMA.